Hey guys, this is Alex, and thank you very much for the sub. I really appreciate it. And today is the special day because this is the final version of the problem with factorials. You know, in the previous three videos, we have solved this factorial numbers, this calculation. Given a number, I want to calculate the factorial of that number, and I want to give you this new flavor, another way to solve that in Ruby. And actually, this is something that doesn't change from the previous one. You know, you have just another way to solve that. Without further ado, let's get into it. As you can see, we have the three versions. And I'm going to create this final version, Factorial, final version. And then you are receiving this number, and here we go. Now I'm going to replace this method, and perfect. So the new way that you can use in Ruby is that you can just say, Ruby, please, given my number, I want to go from number down to 1. Which is down to 1, which is amazing because you are just saying, please, Ruby, go from 5, which is the number that you are receiving, to 1. So Ruby automatically will say, oh, don't worry, I will go from 5 and 4 and 3 to until 1, until the number that you want to have. And then you can just say, by the way, I don't want this array. I want to reduce that. That's actually the same thing that we have done here. You can just say, please reduce these numbers by multiplying them. And you have this method. You are multiplying for each iteration that Ruby will do automatically. So what you're saying is that, Ruby, please go from 5 to 1. And by the way, for each iteration, multiply them. And then you have this and this and this, which is amazing, and Ruby will do that automatically. And let me check if everything is okay. Factorial final version, I'm going to execute with 5, and let me see, so that's not working. Let's execute that again. Yes, here we go, it's working. So that's really great because, as you can see, you can call a method in a number, because this is a number, right? You are receiving a number as an argument. So if you want to replace that for a real number, you can execute that, and yes, here you go, you have the same value. And one thing that I completely forgot to mention is that by definition 0 is 1. If you want to calculate the factorial of 0, the result will be 1. So you can easily do that. I don't want to change that, I don't want to complicate that, so I just want to return 1 if number is equal to 0. No, I want to keep it simple. And let me check if it's okay. If I execute with 0, yes, here we go. So we have our algorithm working properly. So that's it. You know, this is a more declarative way to call things, to execute things. You are just saying, hey Ruby, I want this, instead of going through all of these steps to do what you want to do. And this is something that usually you do with functional programming, and I don't want to scare you with this name, but this is something that is really important, really amazing, and I'm kind of preparing a few courses just to go through all of this functional style, functional approach. And yeah, that's it. So I hope that you liked, and see you in the next coding challenge. Please drop your comment below if you have something, you know, different, if you are solving these problems with the language that you like the most, like Python, JavaScript, whatever. And yeah, see you in the next video.